Hey, folks, and welcome to another edition of Money and Politics. And I apologize for my look. I wasn't going to necessarily do a video today, but because the market was down and our primary stocks that we follow were down, I didn't want to make it look like I was ignoring what was going on in the market action. But I'm a bit grubby today. I just came in from the snow and having to deal with that. So hopefully you'll understand that I didn't want to put on a suit and tie and everything. I'm also backed up in some of my other work projects. But I wanted to get to the point that I wanted to be able to bring up what was happening in the market and on the stocks that we are following, primarily the Humbl and forwardly. Let's just take a quick look at Humbl because I just want to make some quick points here. So here's where we are, 78 cents. And for those of you who've been following this for any length of time, you can remember wasn't that long ago, it was $1 higher than it is today. It was $1.71, got up to $1.93 not too long ago. But here's the point. Folks, investing is about buying stocks that go up and down. And I said to someone else today, if this was a horse race, we wouldn't even be at the first post. We've only begun. And let's take a look, back here. When we go, last October, this was a nothing stock. And then let's take a look at this market a little closer. And what we see is, what if you bought back here and you bought at 10 cents and then it went up, to 28 cents, almost a triple on December the 8th. By the way, December the 8th was when I bought my first share of Humbl. And if you had bought at 10 cents or below, you would have thought, holy moly, I'm on the way. But then what happened? We came down from that peak. And then you're feeling, oh man, I was up from 10 cents to 28 cents. I had a triple basically. And now I'm back where I started. Well, obviously, look what happened. As you went along, it went up, and then it shot up. Now, I want you to pay attention to this price action on the chart. When you see, almost always, when you see a price that goes up like this vertically, I've often equated it to an F-16 going vertical. An F-16 can take off and you just pull back on the stick and you go vertical, but you cannot go vertical forever. At a certain point, it's going to stall and then it falls back to earth. And almost every time that you get a vertical movement like this, and I could go, if I had more time, and find any number of stock charts where you would see the same thing. When you go vertical like this, you get a fallback. And that's where we are today. Now, what's happening along the way, on the way down, is there's also buyers. So you get the people that were buying down here, right? Not buying down here. And then when it went up, they thought, holy great. And some of those were selling on the way up. And then some of them, when they had so much money and it started to go down, they started panicking and they started selling. Now, what happens to those people is that a whole lot of them do not go back in. They're like, I bought this, at 39 cents. I bought it at a nickel, whatever, and I got out way up here. But ladies and gentlemen, what I'm telling you is as it came down, other people are buying. I bought more shares today. I know other people that bought more shares today. Now, could it go down to 50 cents? It could always go anywhere. As I have said in every video, I don't know where it's going to go in a couple of days. But this company, Humbl, the reason we bought it, if you are an investor and not a quick change artist, not a guy that jumps in and out, If you bought it for the reason of the company and that they got a good product and that they're going to solve problems that need to be solved, then you're going to stay with the stock and you're going to participate in the upside. And it's going to be like we saw before, like the people that were buying down here, they didn't sell out after they came down, and what lay ahead? Future growth. I frankly don't like it, and I've said this before, I don't like when you get this kind of price movement. Is that exciting? Yes. I did the video of the rocket taking off, but I privately didn't like that. Maybe I even said it online, because when it goes up like this, it'll come down like that. But then we build a base. Okay, let me use the mountain climbing term. It's like building a base camp, and then you're going to go up. And so you shake out of the stock the loose hands, the people that didn't buy it because they understood the story, that they believe in the story, that they want it to grow over time. So you get rid of the penny stock market guys. Now, Humbl has given you, if you haven't invested in this, Humbl has given you a gift, because they could have started trading at $10 and they didn't do that. And they did it for the simple reason that they want you small investors to be able to buy into this company and buy a lot of shares at a price that was affordable. That's the gift. But this stock that's at 78 cents now is not going to stay cheap like this unless you think this is one massive BS story and that it's all a sham, and in which case we're just supposed to be jumping in and out of stocks. So I don't believe it's a BS story. I think that this is a stock, that story is still out there. Let me use a different sports analogy. I use the racetrack one. What I would say is, you have people that think this is a 100-yard dash. It's not. We're running a 26-mile marathon. And the people that want to bail out here, right? The people that want to bail out when it is, I got to take myself out of the picture here. The people that want to bail out when it's at 78 cents, those are the people that think this was a 100-yard dash when it's a 26-mile marathon. And they go, oh my gosh, we're not winning the race at 100 yards. So, I'm tempted to say I don't have any patience with them. I do have patience. I understand that a lot of people are new. And by the way, in case I didn't stick it in, I think I forgot, I'm not a registered voter. I'm not a registered broker or financial advisor. And you've probably seen this before, and you can stop the tape and read it if you want. I'm not going to tell you not to get out. I'm not going to tell you to get in. I'm telling you the price action. I'm telling you the story of where the stock, I think, is going, and that I put more money in it today. And I think over time, you should do what I've said in other stories, that you must master your emotions if you're going to be an investor. That's one. That you should build up cash along the way. That's two. And that you shouldn't panic sell. That's the mastering the emotions. Anyone can go out and throw money at a stock. And if it was as easy as just putting money into a stock and having the stock go vertical indefinitely, then everyone would be a millionaire. What makes it hard to be an investor is to hang in there when you get stocks where you had a lot of profit in it going down. That's where you become an investor. Okay? So I hope this isn't a harangue. I just the money in politics is intended for those of you who don't have a history. And let me just share once again, I live in a 6-bedroom home. I live well. I don't have a wife that helps pay the bills. I've been able to live life on my terms for the last 25 or 30 years because of the money I made in the market. And one of the biggest, maybe the biggest stock investment I ever made, and I've shared this before, which was Cisco, went down after I bought it. It went down after I bought it. So, if you're looking at this chart and thinking it's time to pull the ripcord, well, you can, but you might also be losing the biggest fortune you ever had an opportunity to make. Okay? That's what I'm telling you. And I'm sorry I've gone long here. I hope you get something. I hope you get something out of this. I'm just speaking from the heart. And so much of learning to trade is about days like this. And that's why I wanted to say something. I didn't want him to go, well, he tells us when the market's up, about how the market's doing, but when the market's going down, he hides. So I'm not hiding. And it's been a kind of a crazy busy day. I really shouldn't even be taking the time to do this, so apologize for just but I wanted to just speak to you from the heart, all right? I wanted to say, look, folks, as I said before, this is a 26-mile marathon. This is a 26-mile marathon. It's not a 100-yard dash. We're not even beginning the race, okay? You got to be a long-distance runner when you're going to be a successful investor. So I'll leave it at that. I don't have. I'm repeating myself. I don't have anything else much to offer at this point. But I always hope that you have good investing, that you can look back in some years from now and think that you're glad you did invest, that you put your money on the table, and that you don't bet the farm. I still have money on the sidelines. I didn't go all in because you have to give yourself a margin of error. In any event, hang in there is my advice. It's just like the winter here. Just because it's winter doesn't mean the sun isn't going to come out and be warm again. And I think the shares here being down are, in my case, an opportunity. Maybe you'll think it for yourself. That's why I had friends who put more money in the market today and why I did as well. All right, folks, thanks so much, as always, for watching. I hope this is helpful. Leave me a comment if you will. I enjoy getting back to you and answering your questions. Okay, take care.